can get a double cheeseburger and crispy chicken burger for only $5. They just can't say no to Joe. And that, by the way, is available for a whole week. Friday, July 22nd and Thursday, July 28th. Burger King offers all-day burgers. This fight again sponsored by John Hunter's Burger King. This is Chris George from Toowoomba in Queensland. Greg Munkel handles him. He's coming off a win in May over Eamon Uchiara in Queensland, Australia. He turned pro in October of 2012, and he stopped 5 of his first 6 opponents. His only loss in his 10-1 career record was for the WBA Oceania Super Lightweight title to Tan Koo in Queensland. He lost by by unanimous decision, actually, at 140 pounds. But since then, he's got 3 wins in a row, all by decision. And by the way, for Chris, this is his first fight outside of Australia. George has a win over Daniel Roy Maxwell. That's the man that Morgan beat for the NZNBF title. By the way, both fighters went the distance with Maxwell. Greg Monagle told me that he trained extremely hard for this fight. Very good counterpuncher. Here he is, Chris George.
You can see, Colonel, just on the physique of the man, he has trained very hard. Looks in great condition.
And his opponent making his way to the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, this is Bowen Morgan!
Of course, Bowen Morgan is undefeated. He's 7-0. He's from right here in Christchurch, New Zealand, handled by the great Phil Shatford. He's the NZNBF welterweight champion. Had a fantastic amateur career, 4-time New Zealand national amateur champion, 83 wins in international competition. He won gold in Serbia, silver at the World Championships in Finland. He represented New Zealand in the Commonwealth Games in Scotland. Turned pro in December 2014. The book on him, Mike, he's an excellent technical boxer, and he can switch back and forth from right-handed to southpaw.
Very good body attack as well when he squares up on the inside. And that's what won him in his last fight against Ben Kine, who was a similar kind of fighter to George in that he was very tall. I think, though, George will be made of sterner stuff. It'll take him a little bit longer to undo the puzzle that Chris George, the counter-puncher, is likely to be.
Well, Bowen Morgan, as you see him, 4-0 in 2015. This year he's 2-0, looking for his 3rd fight in a row. This would probably be his toughest fight as a professional. He's been working on accuracy against the counterpuncher. And again, Bowen coming off that fight in May where he stopped Ben Kite by his 2nd-round knockout and showed tremendous power to the body. As you know, Phil Shatford handles so many great amateur fighters, but he's given that all up to put full-time effort into Bowen Morgan. Here he is, Bowen Morgan. Take a look at the tail of the tape. Only a year separates them in age. The weight's the same. Slight height advantage for Chris George, and the reach favors Chris George.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is our main undercard of the evening. It is scheduled for 8 3-minute rounds of professional welterweight boxing action. It is sponsored by the Access Man Group. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He enters the ring wearing white trunks with black trim. He weighed in at 66.5 kgs. He hails from Toowoomba, Queensland, Australia. He is the former WBA Oceania Super Lightweight Champion. He has 11 professional fights with 10 wins, 1 loss, 5 big wins coming by way of KO. Introducing Chris George! And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, enters the ring wearing black trunks with gold trim. He also weighed in at 66.5 kgs. He hails from Christchurch, New Zealand. He is the reigning NZNBF welterweight champion. He is an undefeated fighter fighter with 7 professional fights, 7 wins. 4 big wins coming by way of KO. Introducing Bowen! Fighters in the center ring, please. Referee Paul McSherry's instructions.
Okay, man, I've given you your instructions in the dressing rooms. I want you to keep it clean, no excessive holding. Keep me out of this fight. Shake hands, go back, wait for the bell.
All right, the rules under which this will be contested: 10-point must scoring system, no standing 8 count. There's no 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved with the bell in any round. Only the referee can stop the fight. And in case of an accidental foul, we go to the scorecards after 4 rounds. Kris George is decked out in the white trunks as he goes with the right-hand lead. Morgan in his black and gold. Morgan also has those tattoos up on the shoulders.
Very selective with his punches early, George. He's right on the money. And Morgan just needs to be cautious just about walking in. George very mobile as he circles around the ring.
George has that height advantage and reach advantage. He's got a nice straight right hand, and he's outscoring Morgan in the early first few seconds here of this fight.
Nice
it's
little
scheduled for 8 rounds. Go ahead, Mike.
Nice little slip inside from Morgan. There's the body work that he needs to do. But he's got to move his head more, and he's got to fake. You can't just walk up like that, or the boxer that Kris George is will just continue to pop him from the outside. 8 rounds is a long way, so he needs to put some runs in the bank.
Bowen goes with a nice body shot that time. He got very, very good body shots in on Ben Kitis last time out.
Better work there from Morgan. Trapped him on the ropes and got a combination off.
George comes to the uppercut. It sails across the shoulder of Bowen. Bowen Morgan from right here in Christchurch. George from Toowoomba in Queensland in Australia. His first fight outside of Aussie.
Starting to find his range with his left hand, and he's countering well with the left hook. George is circling to his right, and Morgan has found him. You see there, George just circles short on the inside, and he's caught on occasion by that left hook. There it goes again.
Yeah, Morgan just walking him down. He goes with his right hand lead.
Well, we already know what kind of fight this is going to be. George on the outside, Morgan on the inside. Looking for that uppercut there. There's that left hook.
Morgan very quick on his feet. He comes straight in. There's nothing sneaky about what he's doing now. Just trying to put pressure. You heard what Mike said about he wants to fight on the inside. He's got a very powerful left hook, and in his training, Phil has been working on his accuracy with him, and so far, so good.
Just needs to move his head a little bit more. That's nice dig to the body. Goes downstairs with the right hand.
I agree with you, Mike. He could, move it up and down, move to side as well. He has a tendency to come more or less straight in like this. And George is a good boxer. Hard body shots, though, there.
Slapping body shot there. He doubled up on it. Then there's that counter left hook. He throws it well when... there it is.
Nails him with a left hand and drops Kris George hard. That was some kind of punch.
And he's cut as well. There's that left hook we were talking about.
Counts up to 8. He's okay. We're all out of time. So thing was going along pretty good, and all of a sudden Morgan drops him in the first round. Well, that'll give him the world of confidence now, Mike.
Oh, absolutely. He was on his way to losing that round. It was in the midst of a nice combination from George, but that counter left hook, he throws it when the right hand lands before the right hand comes back to the jaw.
They're really surprised. A little confusion in that corner, too, of Kris George.
Body, head. Right hand, left hook, and then come back again with another right hand. But I do not like you walking in with your hands down. Get off the jab, get your distance. Suck it in.
Very clear from Phil Shatford. And there was that left hook. Caught him overextending on the right hand. He pulled it back. And Bowen Morgan beat him to the punch with a long left hook. Caught Kris George walking forward. And right on the button.
You heard what Phil Shepard said. I don't want you walking in with your hands down. He's got his hands up now, but he's loaded. He's loaded with confidence right now.
Well, it's a 10-8 round. Very good start. 8 by 3, so he's got another 7 rounds. This is the second. Doubling up on the left hook again.
That left hook is solid again. Another one like that, and he'll drop him again. But this time, Chris George loads up right hand. Some of it caught the shoulder of Bowen. But Bowen, the accuracy of his left hook is extraordinary, and that's what Phil Shatford has been working with him on.
George is just reaching with his right hand. He's also bow and arrowing it, which means when he's throwing the jab, he just pulls his right hand back a little, and that's allowing Morgan to beat him with that quick left hook. He's getting inside on the punches. There's some nice body work.
Now this time he comes in with the hands up and able to get the left hook off. There's another left hook and another one. That's 3 in a row plus a straight left. Boy, this is tough stuff.
A lot of those were taken on the glove as well by George, but the power went through. This needs to perhaps vary it up a little bit now. Look to set up the left hook again rather than just go straight for the obvious.
Decent body shot by Morgan. Paul McSherry, the third man in the ring, excellent referee. Now George dances away with the shoulder away from Bowen Morgan. He doesn't want to get hit by that left hand anymore.
I'd like to see Morgan just use the right hand a little bit more because the left hook will come back off that.
Yeah, and as you said that, he blasted him with the right hand to the body. Now he's showing a little movement with his head as he comes in, and he stops. He makes George miss. George almost tackles him here.
He's looking very ragged, actually, George. He started to drop the right hand. He's trying to tempt.
Well, he's been dropped in that first round, Mike, and then, you know, he had clipped behind the ear just then, and he's puffy underneath the right eye.
Interesting that George switched to southpaw, but so's Bowen Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan trains that way, but it's a bad idea for George because if he switches to southpaw, he's going to get hit more, he's going to lose power, and he's going to lose accuracy. Morgan trains that way, and he can do it.
Morgan's just throwing caution a little bit to the wind. He's got to be cautious. Didn't want to eat a right hand walking in. George made that mistake, and it changed the course of the fight.
As a matter of fact, Bowen is a natural left-hander, and he's landed that left hand with some authority. Nice left hand again, and another one.
He's got the glove coming up the outside. A left uppercut wouldn't hurt him either.
Problem is when George switches to southpaw and he goes with the right hand lead, he's got no power with his jab at all. So I don't know why he's doing it or whether it's fatigue or what. There he is caught halfway between a southpaw and a right-handed fighter, and that happens. So that's another Morgan round.
A lot of punches thrown. Still 6 rounds to go in this bout. 6 3-minute rounds. It's an 8-round bout as we head into the Morgan corner with Phil Shepard.
Okay, the guy's still there to go, right? Now we'll go back to speed again, all right? Double the jab, then start teeing off, all right?
Use that uppercut a bit more.
Well, that left hook punctuated throughout, and it's a punch that has worked. George, though, just starting to keep the right hand up a little bit more. Phil Shepard concerned as well as Morgan working on the body. He's just concerned that Bowen Morgan's going to walk into something. He said he's still dangerous. Double up on your jab, and then go to work from there.
Here we go to round 3. The Colonel Bob Sheridan here along with Mike Gangove and our whole staff here with Sky Arena. Glad that you can be with us, whether you're watching around the country or around the world. As the left hand, this is Bowen Morgan in the black trunks and Chris George from Australia in the white trunks. Bowen is from right here in Christchurch, New Zealand, and we're at the Horncastle Arena in Christchurch, New Zealand, which is a beautiful venue, by the way.
So Morgan's getting George to the ropes, but he's just not quite cutting him off yet, which is allowing George to look for that right hand. We just saw it land there. And George scoots out of trouble.
Power that left hand again by Bowen. A little bit of blood trickling from the nostrils now of Bowen Morgan. That doesn't mean much, but oh! He calls it a slip. I guess he slipped over his front foot. sure what happened there, Mike.
I think he got caught by a check left hook, and he's hurt badly
Yeah,
now.
he is hurt. He's in big trouble. He's ready to go. And I thought he was knocked down before. He's out on his feet right now. He'll have to take the standing 8 count, but he's bleeding from the nose, and there's a ton of time. So both fighters have been down, but Morgan down much harder than Chris George was. He's in big trouble.
That was a legitimate count. To be fair, he got hit, went to his knee.
It's too bad George did that, because he's in a heap of trouble. He's in a lot of trouble right now. He may have to stop this fight. He's ready to fall down again. He's having all he can do is stay on his feet. Remember, there's no 3 knockdown rule, but the condition his feet are in, he can't go much longer. What's the count at? That's it. It's all over. Chris George stops Bowen Morgan by technical knockout in the 3rd round. So how about that? George went down in the 1st. Morgan won the 2nd round. And, you know, he went down, and I thought there was a punch behind it. The referee didn't count, but he got up, and he wasn't ready to fight again, Mike.
As we'll wait for the replays, but I'm pretty sure it was a left hook as Bowen Morgan came in. They caught him with the check hook. There it was.
Yeah.
It was just the left hook. Morgan leaping in, doing exactly what Phil Shapman said. Just walked into that shot, and it was really a stiff left hand. Just rolled the elbow, doubled the impact, and from there on, Morgan was too impatient too. He didn't stay on his knee. He didn't take the count on the knee. He was too impatient to get up, and he could never recover. And George, well, he certainly knew how to finish a fight. Bowen Morgan all at sea. Good decision from Paul McSherry when he eventually called it off.
There's no way he could continue. His legs were gone. I didn't know what the count was. We don't have a guy counting from the knockdowns here, and evidently it didn't make any difference. Eventually it didn't make any difference, because Chris George gets the win right there by technical knockout victory. We still have to get the particulars from the lieutenant, so let's go to Dan Hennessy.
Fighters to the center ring, please. Ladies and gentlemen, with 1 minute and 42 seconds gone in round number 3, your referee Paul McSherry calls a stop to this contest for your winner by TKO, fighting out of the red corner, Chris George!
Okay, Monty beat them is in there. It'll be interesting to hear what both guys have to say. So Monty, go ahead, take it away.
Well, Chris, this was meant to be a party for the homeboy, and that homeboy is over there in the blue corner. You spoiled that party, mate.
Yeah, I thought I might. I come in pretty confident. Bowen did surprise me. He come out really hard, and he's a great fighter. I just had to survive those first couple of rounds, get my feet. He had crowded me, and I couldn't get control, but, I mean, hats off to him. It was a hell of a fight.
Now, he took some punishment from Bowen Morgan to the body, and also with that left hook when he beat you to the right hand. Some steely determination needed by your part.
Yeah, I think he had a great game plan going in. I just figured he kept going for the same punch a little bit too long, and once I worked it out, counter-reacted it.
Talk me through that moment when you lunged across the floor and you brought him onto was it the right hand or was it the left hook?
I can't really remember at the moment. I've got a sore right hand, but it happened so quick, so I was just following up. I seen he was hurt and wanted to get him out of there before he recovered.
Now, to get a win like that on New Zealand soil against one of New Zealand's great prospects, what's that done for your confidence?
Yeah, my confidence was high, mate. I believe in myself, and it's just verified it for me, and I want bigger and better things. So to be able to have the opportunity to do it in front of a massive audience like this, I can't thank Juco enough and everyone for letting me on here and up bigger and better things from here.
Now, you spoke about that massive audience. There's a massive audience on the other side of that camera and at home in Australia. You want to say a few words to them?
Oh, I just want to thank everyone for the support. I've been in the sport for a while now, had my ups and downs, but the loyal ones have stuck by me. Everyone back home is at the pub watching it now. I really appreciate it, and I'm going to bring you bigger and better things to come.
Your winner, Chris George.
finished with what some might suggest was an upset. But that left caught Bowen Morgan. It was all over from there, and he wins by TKO.